All over our cities, along our coastlines and across our green and pleasant land, an invisible army is fighting a never-ending war. Their enemy is the filth that we create and the vermin that thrive on it. Welcome to the hidden world of the Grimefighters. On Grimefighters tonight, Leicester-based extreme cleaners Dave and Graham succumb to the worst flat clearance in their careers.
Don't you film me puking up?
Wolverhampton Litter Picker Lew is throwing his weight around.
You might as well go that side, Dave, you do nothing all day.
And Cotswold-based Pest Controller Dave nukes some cockroaches.
That cockroach is as dead as Paul.
Up and down the country, the pressure on councils for accommodation is at an all-time high. So it's vital that when a property becomes vacant, it's returned to the list of available housing as soon as possible. In Leicester, council property manager Steve is starting his shift assessing a flat in one of the council's blocks.
OK, we've got this one-bedroom flat today. We've been given the keys by environmental health. Apparently the previous tenant's been deceased, so we're not sure what to expect inside, so we'll have a look.
Environmental health get involved in dealing with properties only when their condition is a serious risk to public safety. This doesn't bode well.
There's quite a bad smell in there. Looking around, there's some dog mess, well, all over the place. It's really bad smell. It hits the back of your throat just as you're trying to take a breath in here. It's not nice at all. Obviously, the suits, environmental health have been in, they've been wearing suits, so it might be a good idea for us to do that.
Steve has only taken a few steps. He's already forced to retreat to don his suit.
This is definitely the worst smell I've ever smelled in a void property. It's obviously been in there for a long time, festering.
So now, prepared for the worst, Steve can venture back in. In Wolverhampton, the city's proudest litter picker, Lew, is embarking on another routine day.
Hi, how are you? My name's Lew. Let's go. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Obviously, if the bosses are looking, we're doing this on our break time.
Lew may be chipper this morning, but that normally goes with giving his partner Dave a wind-up.
Davey's looking old these days. I don't know what's the matter with him. He's got to go and have an operation, you know. You're going to have that scarf removed off your neck. You might as well go that side, Dave, you do nothing all day.
The banter's over for the moment. It's time to get down to business.
Look at the lovely day, just walking down here, picking a few toffee papers up, crisp packets, nappies, beer cans, you name it. I've picked it up. I don't know why people put rubbish in the edges, it never grows.
This suburb of Wolverhampton is called Oxley, and it's generally a well-to-do area, but there are some exceptions.
This is one of them areas at night where I think all the kids gather and have a bit of fun before they go to bed. We'll clear it up now, you'll come in the morning. If it's a nice night tonight, it'll be back to square one.
Lew has his own views on where the kids, and for that matter society, is heading.
I'm in my 60s now. We had a bit of discipline when I was a lad, I tell you. I did as I was told. Not today, nothing happens. Not even a smack now, right? Right, that little junction's nice and clean now. We'll plod on down this road, David.
Moving on just up the street, Lew discovers another of his bugbears.
You can see in the street here is a bin, and then straight right by a bin, there's a beer can. You know, why couldn't the person just take the can and put it into the bin? It's not a problem, it's gone. You'd have less rubbish on the street, less work for me to do, more spare time for me. But that's the public today.
But just as Lew settles down to work, after 5 years together as partners, Dave drops a bombshell.
I'm going at the end of the month.
We can only guess how Lew's going to take it. In Leicester, Steve is starting his assessment of the one-bedroom flat. In the bedroom, it's pretty clear why Environmental Health had no option but to go in first.
Stepping through into the bedroom, the floor is completely covered in dog mess. It's actually made the carpet about an inch thicker than it really is through the amount of it that's in there. It gets worse around here, there's big chunks of it. Everything just looks like it's covered in it. How somebody's been alive in this property with this kind of stuff around is beyond me. It's quite sad really to know that somebody was living in a property like this and how it got like this.
Gingerly picking his way, Steve moves on to the living room, and yet more reminders of the tenants' dogs.
What you can see down here is obviously it's flat, so it was obviously sloppy and it's just seeped in to the carpet. At some stage, yeah, it was fresh and he was living here with dog mess around him and he didn't think, oh, I'll clear that up and get out of the way. It's just been left and been ground into the carpet. It's like the dogs have been having a go at the sofa there. You can see where the claws have been scratching at it.
The kitchen confirms what Steve's up against to make this flat habitable again. It seems that, for whatever reason, the deceased tenant was increasingly unable to cope with everyday life.
Obviously this is a food preparation area. I don't think with all this fat and dirty pots and mixed in with the flies that have been on the dog mess, I don't think we can leave any of this in. From our point of view, all the units will have to go, all the worktops, the floor. Just looking at the sink, the water that's in there is a good few months old. There's mouldy food everywhere mixed in. So nothing's going to be able to be salvaged in here. Everything's going to have to be removed and we'll put a new kitchen in.
But there are some signs of normality. The dead man could take pride in at least one area of his life.
Some trophies up there. Looks like he was a bit of a fisherman. And they're all winners' medals, so he's quite good at fishing by the looks of it. I can't see any that don't say winners. It looks like at one stage he had all his senses about him, but unfortunately he ended up living like this.
Whatever its condition, Steve has to clear this flat as soon as possible. And as luck would have it, there are others who can take up the baton.
I wouldn't like to be the person that's got to clear all this stuff out.
They are, of course, our extreme cleaners, Dave, Graham and Lee. They're hugely experienced in this type of job, but as Steve hands over the keys, they still have no idea what they're about to confront. For pest controllers all over the country, one of their most formidable adversaries is the cockroach. Once they infest a home, they're extremely difficult to eradicate. Cotswold-based Pest Controller Dave is now preparing to use a new gizmo on some American cockroaches in one of the hothouses at the Cotswold Wildlife Park. A perfect environment for the cockroaches and a perfect place to try out the new weapon.
We're going to use a new system which actually freezes the cockroaches. It's totally non-chemical, throws out a carbon dioxide snow, which I believe is somewhere in the region of minus 70 some odd degrees centigrade. We get cockroaches in little nooks and crannies like these pipe brackets, so we'll give it a go.
Before Dave lets loose, he needs to check inside to see if anyone's at home.
It's always American cockroaches. We'll give these a blast.
Now sure of the enemy within, Dave can fire his opening salvo.
The cockroach is going to go from warm to cold very quickly, I believe. Just hope it don't kill the bananas, that'll them off. Light them up.
After a good squirt, it's time to take a peek at the results.
Oh yeah, they're in a snowdrift. Brilliant.
The trouble with the old insecticide was that it remained in the bodies of the cockroaches. If birds ate them, they could die. And in this hothouse, the birds are valuable and rare. There are other benefits too. This
will freeze the egg capsules as well, whereas with a chemical, the egg capsules are impervious to that, and unless they hatch while the chemical's still active, it's not going to have any effect. Now Dave has proved that his new gizmo is a killer weapon, he can't take his hands off it. It's a great piece of kit. It's nice and easy. Look at that. There's one come out. That cockroach is as dead as pork. I killed him quicker than any insecticide.
That's all gone rather well.
I think they're all in the same situation as Captain Oates. Scott of the Antarctic and all that. Excellent. New piece of kit for the arsenal.
Dave can relax. His frosty relationship with the cockroaches has won the day. Coming up, Litter Picker Lew gets wind of partner Dave's imminent departure. The boys blitz the house in Leicester, but it's all too much for Graham. And Pest Controller Dave has just time to round up some mice. Throughout the country, an army of professionals are continuing to dedicate their daily lives to waging war on the nation's grime. In Leicester, extreme cleaners Dave and Graham, along with Lee, are braving the one-bed flat. The old tenant had an unhealthy obsession with dogs. Taking them for walks was not on the agenda.
Oh my God. Oh, dog feces everywhere. The smell just hits you. Makes your eyes water. I can't believe that. It's like concrete.
Should have stayed at home. My dog's going to enjoy my boots when I get home. He'll be sniffing all around me, wondering where I've been.
The smell may be awful, but at least Dave has a plan.
I'm just going to get all the big stuff out of the way first, all the big furniture, settees, wardrobe, bed and everything like that, and then we're just going to concentrate on the removal of all the rubbish, basically. Bag it all up and chuck it in the back of the van.
As the boys make a start clearing the rubbish, local residents are hit by the smell. And even with his years of experience of this type of property, Graham is already gasping for air.
That is a horrible smell. It's just, I can't describe it. It's something I ain't smelt before, but I don't think I'll ever forget it again.
If the smell left by the dogs wasn't bad enough, Dave is tempted to break a golden rule.
Don't open fridges when you come in these properties. Because 9 times out of 10 they're nasty. It's just all got mould in it. It stinks.
Dave has survived, but Graham's not sure he can hang on.
Don't you film me puking up? Wow, that's bad, that is. I've got a right lung full of that. Oh, no. Don't think I'll be eating much today either.
As they start to disturb the contents of the flat, Graham can't be sure the day will pick up. In Wolverhampton, litter pickers Lew and Dave are looking to the future.
Here's a Pringle box here. I only ever had them at Christmas. My mother couldn't afford them any other time. I'd have a packet of crisps till I was 18.
After 5 years as partners, Dave has told Lew that it's time to move on. He'll be joining the ground care team who deal with grass cutting. Lew is losing his partner and friend, but he's not prepared to go to pieces.
Now just show me how you're going to walk up the road with the mower. See, that's it. Well done. He's a good mate, eh? Top man. Look at me, left me with the rubbish, the hard part of the job. You can have a bit of jolly along the way, are you? Let's see which is the heaviest. You have that one, David, that's the lightest.
But Lew can't keep back the emotion forever.
Come here, old pal. It's me and David, we've got on well together, and these are little weapons here, and then we plod along all day with these, don't we, David, and what have you?
Yes.
I'll tell you what, I've worked with you a long time, David, and the day that I'm not with you, I'm going to be upset because we're partners, eh? We're old pals, eh? Right? You owe me £2, by the way, for the sandwich this morning.
For Lew, this is all getting a bit intense.
Hey, lads, this is a lucky find. You wouldn't find this in the Midlands. Look, a little London red bus, eh? Think I'll put that in my pocket and see if I can sell it at the car boot next week, all right?
Even though they've been partners for so long, Dave has never told Lew a joke. Is this now the moment?
Tell us a joke, David.
Keep British tidy.
That's a lovely say, keep Britain tidy. Eh? Where'd you learn that from?
OK. Well, what about that Charlie Chaplin thing?
Nah, not good.
In Leicester, Dave, Graham and Lee are well underway removing all the furniture and bigger items from the flat. But then there's the sofa.
That's it. We got the baby.
Inside the flat, they've taken every precaution, but outside, sod's law.
Oh no, I did stand in something there, didn't I?
For Graham, it's cracking up time.
Can't get things out the doorways. Dog all over my boots. Sweating, puking, just getting better.
Removing the sofa has revealed the true colour of the carpet.
Well, you've got about 1/4 of an inch of just filth between where the sofa was and where the living area is, you know. I just can't get my head around now. It's not how people live like this, it's how people let people live like this. I mean, I obviously didn't know the guy personally, but I suppose it would have been a different matter if I did know him. I probably wouldn't have even wanted to be here, you know. But life goes on, doesn't it? You know, once this flat's all cleaned up and everything, the next people will be moving in and it'll all be forgot.
They can't put it off any longer. The fridge and the freezers will have to be dealt with. The contents must be removed so the units can be sent for recycling. Putting them outside may make things easier.
Nice bit of lamb there, fresh. That for a pork pilot. There you go, a bit of mustard on that, be all right, wouldn't it?
It's all raw meat in here, and what's happened is the freezer ain't been on, so it's all been defrosted. Just gotta have a breather from the smell. It's horrible.
Drink was the root of the problem for the man who died here. Being a keen fisherman may have been his only consolation. For Graham, himself an angler, the trophies point to a happier, better world. It's sad.
I don't really feel like I want to bin these. To me, it's pretty emotional, to tell you the truth. I mean, I love my fishing and that, you know, some of these trophies are nice. He's obviously enjoyed himself, and he's got winners on them and things like that, so he's good at his game. I don't know, I'd like to see these go to somewhere rather than just go down the tip, really. You know, if you knew what fishing club he fished for or whatever, I'd rather take them to them.
Graham chances upon some of the local residents who knew the tenant.
I feel a bit better about that now because, yeah, I found a home for them, like, so one of the pubs where he used to drink and that, so I take them down. I'm pretty happy about that now.
For Graham, the day has certainly ended a lot better than it started. After clearing the flat of all the furniture, freezers and rubbish, the boys can call it quits. They'll return over the next few days to sort out the kitchen and embark on the deep clean. In the Cotswolds, Pest Controller Dave is fresh from his success with the cockroaches at the wildlife park. But he can't stay on cloud nine forever. There are mousetraps to check in a grain store at a local farm.
There's always grain in these places, even when they're cleared out. So the mice have a bit of a free run, really, till I come along and get rid of them.
Grain stores are heaven for mice, but Dave needs to make them hell, with the harvest just round the corner. It's not only a matter of removing the mice, their droppings have to be dealt with as well.
You can't have droppings, etc. in the grain when it goes off for milling. You can't have rodent hairs and droppings and that sort of thing in it.
The first thing for Dave to do is to check the traps he laid last night.
These are what people call humane traps, which I don't consider humane traps. It isn't really a viable place to use traps that kill them unless you put hundreds down. You're not going to get anywhere. These mice have only been in there for 24 hours, and as you can see, they've already died. They get stressed, and on a cold evening especially, they just die overnight, basically.
In resetting the traps in this store, Dave uses slightly different bait to lure the mice away from the grain.
Mice don't need to drink, but they do need moisture. Grain's dry, so if you use this type of bait, which is a soft, it's like a sort of peanut butter bait, they'll go for this rather than the grain because they'll get their moisture out of this. So they do go for this quite well.
After resetting the mouse traps, Dave can worry about rats. There's no point in tempting them with food. In a grain store, there's plenty of that. He must find another way.
Another thing you've got to watch out for is rats coming in. If a rat comes in, it'll go along that wall or it'll go along this wall. So what I've done, put a tube in there, a piece of pipe, and put in some contact dust. There's no point in putting food down for a rat because there's stacks of food in here. So the rat will run through there, get the dust onto its body, and when it grooms itself, it'll ingest the dust. It's the same poison as is in the bait, but it's just a different way of administering it.
So the work is done. Everything is okay. But wait a moment, what's in this trap?
There you go. I think that's a female by the look of it. That's worth about probably about 500 young mice by the end of the year if you let it go. But that causes millions and millions and millions of pounds worth of damage every year, and it's brothers and sisters. But there it is, cute little thing. Unfortunately, they're a bit in competition with us.
Dave will dispatch the mouse instantly with an electric charge. It's another satisfying end to a rural pest controller's day. After filming, it took the boys nearly a week to clear out the dead man's flat. But against all the odds, it's been transformed. Steve can now have it totally refurbished and back on the rental market in no time. As for Lew, he's going to enjoy every minute of the next few weeks in Dave's company. Then he's off to mow pastures green in Wolverhampton.